Court extends CBI custody of former ICICI MD Chanda Kochhar, her husband and Videocon co-founder Venugopal Dhoot till tomorrow. Speaking to the public, Tanisha's uncle made a big claim. He said that Tanisha read chats that led to breakup. Fresh protests in disputed areas as Maharashtra-Karnataka border issue escalates. In Assam, CAG flags large-scale anomalies in the NRC report. Congress's motor mouth Manishankar Iyer targets RSS, says Sangh Parivar divided India into tukre-tukre on the basis of religion. And we first get you these latest pictures coming in from China, where bodies are piling up. They've not been able to cremate those bodies because of the lack of funeral spaces. This comes after Centre's COVID panel said that 4 virus variants are causing the surge in China. 4 virus variants that are causing the surge in China. And remember, India has stepped up its fight against COVID as the latest cases that have now emerged, details have gone in for genome sequencing. Meanwhile, this trouble really escalating in China with regards to not being able to contain COVID, so much so that they've even stopped publishing the numbers. They're not putting out what the real picture is. It is a cover-up completely. Dead bodies are piling up, the bodies are kept on the floor, the bodies are wrapped. Hundreds of unattended bodies that are in China because China is overburdened with COVID deaths. These dead bodies are just piling up on hospital floors, and the pictures are telling it all. The situation absolutely out of control in China, where they've blacked out the COVID data. They're attempting another cover-up, exactly what they were doing in 2019. Details actually that are being reported of how 3.7 million COVID cases are being reported in a day in China. Samiksha is now joining us live from the Mumbai newsroom. Samiksha, I want to get details from you on the 4 variants that are causing the surge in China, which the government is now putting out details of. Needless to say, what is happening in China is complete mayhem. It's out of control, and they're not being able to contain it. Samiksha?
In fact, to take you through the latest what is happening in China, we're given to understand that here on China would be publishing the COVID data only once a month. This, of course, after we got the news of how China has stopped publishing the daily COVID data. Now, just to talk a little more about the background, what has been happening in China, a matter of great concern. The cases, of course, have been surging. We've been getting those dramatic visuals as well of the bodies piling up at the mortuaries, at the hospitals, the medical infra, which is, of course, in shambles, as is evident from those visuals also that we've been getting. We've also given to understand that China has kept case numbers low for 2 years with the zero COVID strategy that isolated cities and even confined millions of people to their homes. And now, as the situation that unfolds in China, we see how these people are seen running pillar to post to get the basic medical facility in these hospitals. So, of course, situation definitely alarming in China. Suresha.
Samiksha, I also want to get more details from you on the 4 virus variants that the center Centre's COVID panel, I beg your pardon, is now asking us to beware. What are these 4 virus variants? Are they in the lineage of Omicron? And even of the cases that have been detected positive in India, which have been sent in for genome sequencing, what are the variants that India is looking out for which caused this in China?
Well, one of the 4 variants which is, of course, sparked quite an alarm in the country is the sub-variant of Omicron, Suyesha, and that is something that the centre as well as and the states are working in tandem to control the spread of that sub-variant of Omicron. And just to tell you a little more about the sub-variant of Omicron as well, which is said to be highly transmissible, highly infectious. So yes, that is one of those 4 variants which is being seen in China. In fact, not just this, remember we've been getting those reports as well of reports coming in from several of these states where some of these cases have been sent for genome sequencing. There is a suspicion that one of those, that some of these cases could be that of the sub-variant of Omicron, Suyesha. So as of now, one of those 4 variants that is a cause of worry is that sub-variant of Omicron, which has been detected in India.
All right, Samiksha, many thanks for getting us those details. But the situation really bad in China, where they're clearly trying to hide the data and saying that they will publish the data only once a month. It is a cover-up of what they had attempted in 2019, where so many bodies are piled up on the hospital floors in China, which they are not being able to take to the funeral places because the hospitals and all the funeral places are so overburdened. Meanwhile, 4 variants that the centre's COVID panel is saying is what India needs to look out for. Keeping a close eye on it, we move on.
Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, M.K. Stalin, writes a letter to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi seeking immediate action so that a lot of people from Tamil Nadu can be taken for employment in the central government jobs. Employment opportunities should be widened for the Tamil-speaking people, is what his letter reads. He also mentioned that comparatively the Tamil people have more knowledge and skill set according to his letter, which he says that they are well versed in technical and academic areas as well. He also mentions in his letter that this could be a regional representation as well as Tamil people getting more jobs in Tamil Nadu in central government sector. Therefore, he has written to the Prime Minister to take immediate action so that more opportunities are opened for the Tamil speaking people. This is Vashni Ramu along with camera person Dilip from Chennai for Republic TV.
And on to international updates. Serbia has added more roadblocks in northern Kosovo and defied international demands to remove those placed earlier. The new barriers made of heavily loaded trucks were put up in Mitrovica. President Gabriel Boric visits a facility in Santiago that was destroying weapons which had been seized by the police. Authorities said that the amount of weapons which were being destroyed was 28% higher than the number last year. Officials assessed a situation of water damage at the Ohio State House after a pipe burst resulted in water flooding the Senate's chamber. Several roads in Seattle's South Park neighborhood were flooded due to heavy rainfall. Officials have warned the public to not drive around barricades blocking flooded roads. Residents in Salinas, California are dealing with significant flooding due to the Santa Rita Creek overflowing its banks. County officials have provided sandbags to nearby residents in an effort to prevent further damage. North Korea's ruling party meeting with leader Kim Jong-un continued for a second day. Kim's report at the meeting set forth new key goals for bolstering up self-reliant defense capability. Southwest Airlines cancelled thousands of flights again in the aftermath of the massive winter storm. A day after most US airlines had recovered from the storm, Southwest called off about 2,600 more flights on the East Coast. The Kurdish security forces started to implement strict security measures in Raqqa after a deadly attack on the city. The measures included imposing a full curfew and carrying out a combing operation in the surrounding neighborhoods. The co-leader of a plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer has been sentenced to 16 years in prison. Adam Fox's sentence is the longest of anyone convicted in the plot so far. Rescuers used kayaks to reach the pilot of an airplane that crashed into an icy creek near Maryland Airport. Rescue officers rushed to the spot and saved the pilot, who was about to sink due to ice creeks. All right, we are just cutting across to these latest pictures coming in from outside the court, where Videocon co-founder Venugopal Dhoot is now being taken. Remember, CBI custody for him has been extended until Thursday, and the same stands for the Kochhars, that is Chanda Kochhar and Deepak Kochhar. Now, the aim of the CBI is to question all of them together with regards to certain evidences that the CBI has with itself, and to really corroborate statements coming in from all the three. This as they have been denying the charges of criminal conspiracy so far, and of any benefits that the Kochhars might have received in light of the loan that was granted by ICICI Bank at that time when Chanda Kochhar was leading the bank to Videocon Group. So those are the pictures coming in from outside the court of Venugopal Dhoot being taken, as the CBI will continue to question him until Thursday, and this primarily will not be isolated. This essentially will be with the Kochhars. You would remember how Venugopal Dhoot was arrested on Monday, this after details that were also given by the Kochhars, Chanda Kochhar and Deepak Kochhar. Charges of criminal conspiracy against Chanda Kochhar for how she misused her official position when she was leading the ICICI Bank, and this was such that her husband Deepak Kochhar and the family received benefits from the Videocon Group after 64 crore rupees were invested in Deepak Kochhar's firm. Aishwarya Kapoor is now with us on the phone line. Aishwarya, Venugopal Dhoot being taken, he'll be questioned along with the Kochhars until Thursday. What exactly is the plan of the CBI officials and the line of questioning that will now be taken in the wake of the fact that statements from all three need to be corroborated?
All right, Suresha, so we're getting pictures of Venugopal Dhoot at the court, and remember, hearings took place just a while back. Alicia was reporting from inside the court, and the court has in fact granted all three accused custody to the CBI till Thursday. Now remember, this is Wednesday we are talking about, which means till tomorrow, another 24 hours the agency gets. Remember, this is the third time that the custodial interrogation request of the CBI has been accepted. The first one was 3 days, then were 2 days, and now again for a day. Essentially, the CBI argument in the court was they did not get enough time to confront both the sides with whatever information they have in the presence of each other, in the sense that confronting the two sides, the Dhoot side and the Kochhar side, making them sitting in front of each other, and whatever facts have been shared by Dhoot based on which the arrest of Kochhars was carried out, whether the Kochhars agree, contradict, disagree with whatever information is there. So the court, in fact, questioning the CBI for what they have done over the last 5 days, and now granting one more day of custodial questioning to the CBI of the accused. This is, of course, in connection with the ICICI Bank Videocon case, in which the bank is accused of giving money, which ultimately turned into a non-performing asset, and all courts for sanction of those loans which were misappropriated. The Kochhars got kickbacks in the nature of about 64 crore rupees transferred to Chanda Kochhars' husband Deepak Kochhars' company, New Power and New Power Renewables, and then a transfer of a flat which was worth about 5 crore rupees for just 11 lakhs to a trust run by Deepak Kochhar. These are the charges. Remember, this is the case is going on for a while. Preliminary inquiry launched sometime in 2017-18. The case officially registered in 2019 and subsequently went into cold storage. But we saw how in November, based on more information, Venugopal Dhut was questioned, and that has really led to the present flurry of activity in which the CBI has gone ahead and arrested the Kochhars. Chanda Kochhar, of course, was the MD of the ICICI Bank at that time and was sitting on the committee when 6 of those loans in different tranches were released. And that's essentially the charge: misappropriation of funds, criminal breach of trust, cheating, and those can be some serious charges. Remember, this is part of the larger design or decision of the government to really go after corporate corruption as well. And hence CBI and, of course, parallelly Enforcement Directorate investigating this case. The Republic, in fact, has accessed the remand copy, and according to which the CBI has said that the accused, despite being arrested, have not cooperated much, and that's why they need to be confronted with some more documents. They are required to be interrogated thoroughly on the voluminous documents, and that's why more time was needed. And also, the accused persons are required to be further interrogated to unearth the criminal conspiracy with the other unknown public servants and unknown private persons. Now, that's the key, and that's going to be significant. Whereas the CBI believes that it does not, the buck does not really end at Chanda Kochhar. There were people behind her, because remember, 3,000 crores worth of money was turned into, or a substantial part of it was turned into non-performing assets and then subsequently written off. So whether somebody else also, either a public servant or a private individual, shared in that pile of corruption, that's something for which CBI wants this confronting and custodial interrogation between Kochhars and Dhut, and that's the court granting it for one more day.
Absolutely, Abhishek, and this is exactly what the remand copy also states, that all 3 of them need to be questioned together. According to the CBI, also the very fact that other public servants were also involved in this scam, and what exactly were the roles played by all 3 is now going to be looked at in detail by the agency. We leave it at that, Abhishek. For the moment, thank you for joining us. We're slipping into a very short commercial break. Also on the other side, we'll get you details as in Assam, PAG has flagged large-scale anomalies in the NRC report. Also, Congress's motor mouth Mani Shankar Iyer has targeted RSS, saying Sangh Parivar divided India into tukre-tukre on the basis of religion.
This is your space.
Play it your way.
With the versatile range of sanitary ware, faucets and tiles by Sarah.
एक दिन मैं सोते सोते गिर गया और मुझे कुछ नहीं हुआ। पता है किसने किया? घोस्ट ने। वो हर बार मुझे बचा लेता है। मिलोगे?
अरे कोई घोस्ट नहीं, रोनी के पापा ही हैं जो उसे सेफ रखते हैं। जैसे हैवेल्स लाइफ शील्ड वायर्स जो दिखते नहीं और घर को सेफ रखते हैं। ना आग पकड़े, ना जहरीली गैस छोड़े। वायर्स दैट डोंट कैच फायर।
क्या हुआ रोहन? क्या सोच रहा है?
रिया, पहली सैलरी मिली है, तुम भी कुछ आइडिया दो। एक्सपेंसेस को कैसे प्लान किया जाए?
रोहन, एक्सपेंसेस के साथ साथ इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान करना भी जरूरी है।
देखो, सैलरी का कुछ हिस्सा घर के रेगुलर खर्चे के लिए और कुछ मैं अपने लिए भी तो सोच सकता हूँ ना, लेकिन इन्वेस्ट कहाँ करूँ?
सिंपल है, एनपीएस में।
एनपीएस में? रिया, अभी तो मैंने कमाना शुरू किया है, इतना आगे के लिए अभी से क्यों पैसे जोड़ूं?
वो देखो, एक एक करके ईंट जोड़ी जाती है, तब जाके एक घर तैयार होता है। वैसे ही अभी से पैसे जोड़कर हम भी अपना रिटायरमेंट सुखी बना सकते हैं।
बात में तो दम है।
एनपीएस कम लागत वाली फ्लेक्सिबल लॉन्ग टर्म योजना है, जिससे आपकी बचत ग्रो होकर पेंशन का लाभ देती है।
अच्छा, फिर तो मैं अभी अपना एनपीएस अकाउंट ओपन करता हूँ।
जो कल की सोचते हैं वो आज से ही थोड़ा थोड़ा जोड़ते हैं।
पेंशन है तो टेंशन नहीं। एनपीएस में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है।
ये वो ट्रक है जिसमें आतंकी बैठे हुए थे, आतंकी शामिल थे और यहीं से आतंकियों ने कोशिश की घुसपैठ करने की। लगातार आप यहाँ से विजुअल्स दिखा रहे हैं, यही वो ट्रक है। मैं सरजीवन से कहूँगा कि सरजीवन अगर इस तरफ से दिखा पाएँ, यहाँ से अगर सरजीवन आपको दिखा पाएँ तो यहाँ से क्लियर विजुअल्स जो हैं वो यहाँ पे मिल जाएंगे। मैं सरजीवन से कहूँगा कि इस तरफ से आके अगर विजुअल्स यहाँ पे सरजीवन आपको ये देखिए, ये यहाँ से सामने विजुअल्स जो हैं वो सरजीवन आपको दिखा रहे हैं। ये वो ट्रक है जिसको कि आग के हवाले जो है वो यहाँ से हो गया है। इसी ट्रक में आतंकी बैठे थे। जो घास है, सूखी घास, वो इस ट्रक में लोडेड थी और यहीं पर वो स्पॉट है जहाँ आतंकियों और सुरक्षा बलों के बीच एनकाउंटर हुआ, जिसके बाद आतंकियों को 3 आतंकियों की संख्या, नंबर बढ़ भी सकता है, वो मार गिराए गए हैं और ऑपरेशन लगातार यहाँ पे जारी है। देखिए, फायर एंड इमरजेंसी सर्विस की गाड़ी जो है वो यहाँ पर इस वक्त पहुँच गई है और कोशिश ये की जा रही है कि जब एक बार जी जी देखिए, लगातार सरजीवन आपको यहाँ से विजुअल्स दिखा रहे हैं। ये वही ट्रक है जिस पे आतंकी सवार थे और लगातार आतंकी जो हैं इसी ट्रक का सहारा लेकर आगे की तरफ जाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे। सुबह तकरीबन 7, सवा 7 बजे जो है आतंकियों के साथ मुठभेड़ हुई, जिसमें 3 आतंकियों की संख्या बताई जा रही है। संख्या ज़्यादा भी हो सकती है, ये कहा जा रहा है। तमाम आला अधिकारी आप देखिए इस वक्त मौके पर मौजूद हैं। वरिष्ठ अधिकारी, चाहे वो जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस के हों, भारतीय सेना के हों, वो इस वक्त यहाँ पर इस ऑपरेशंस में पूरी अब क्लियरेंस की जा रही है। कितने आतंकी थे, आखिरकार क्या किया गया आतंकियों द्वारा, ये बात जो है वो अब सुरक्षा बल यहाँ पर जानने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं कि आखिरकार आतंक के इस बड़े प्लान को किस तरह से सुरक्षा बलों ने विफल किया है। क्यों
Stepping into a short break, on the other side getting you details as the court has extended CBI custody for former ICICI MD Chanda Kochhar and her husband, also Videocon co-founder Venugopal Dhoot, until tomorrow.
Tonight, a murder will be committed. If anyone can name the killer, that person wins our game.
This is truly delightful.
Holy
There has been a murder. For one person, this is not a game. A killer wouldn't hesitate to kill again.
You must be really great at clues.
I'm very bad at dumb things.
Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery.
सामने फ्यूल पंप है, वहां से ले लें।
जी सर, फ्यूल तो पिछले पंप में भी मिल जाता, इंडियन ऑयल में ऐसा क्या है?
कुछ है स्पेशल, खुद ही देख लेना। स्पेशल? अरे इंडियन ऑयल की तो बात ही कुछ और है।
जरा देखिए, फ्यूल तो बराबर डाल रहे हैं ना।
अरे यहाँ कंप्लीट ऑटोमेशन है, मतलब प्योर और पूरा दोनों ही। इन सेंट्रली मॉनिटर्ड मशीन्स की एक-एक रीडिंग का हिसाब है यहाँ पर। क्या हुआ?
सर बिल।
ओह, बिल हो गया।
वाह सर।
क्या था ना, इंडियन ऑयल की बात ही कुछ और है। इंडियन ऑयल, पहले इंडियन फिर ऑयल।
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
Thank you for staying with the Republic, and we are cutting across to breaking news coming in. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy met with Prime Minister Modi in the national capital. We are trying to get details of what exactly was discussed between the two leaders, but clearly a very cordial meet between the two leaders. Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy met with Prime Minister Modi in the national capital. And those are the first pictures that are coming in on Republic of the meeting between the Andhra Chief Minister and Prime Minister Narendra Modi that took place in the national capital. We are trying to gather more details of what exactly was discussed in this meet. Executive Editor Politics Aishwarya Kapoor will join us shortly, but for the moment we have to slip into a short commercial break. A quick check of the big stories we are tracking. While speaking to Republic, Tunisha's uncle made a big claim. He said that Tunisha had actually read the chats of Shizan with another girl is what led to the breakup. Also in Assam, CAG flagged large-scale anomalies in the NRC report.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university for the 10th year by India Today, a testimony to Amity's world-class education whilst imbibing values and sanskars in students.
Your favorite service provider, Den, which gets you the best of entertainment, is back with something very special.
अभी मजा आएगा ना भिड़ो.
Your 3 favorite movie channels are bringing in super blockbuster films with features like wider picture and crystal clear sound straight to your home.
Wow. Oh, I love that expression.
To subscribe to your favorite channels, contact your local cable TV operator today or call Den toll-free number 1-800-419-2020 now.
India welcomes those who further India's pride across the globe. Indian diaspora, partners of New India's growth journey in Amrit Kaal. Come and be a part of the 17th Pravasi Bharati Divas from 8th to 10th January 2023 at Indore, Madhya Pradesh, India. For registration, log on to pbdindia.gov.in.
सोच रहा हूँ कमेंट्री ट्राई करूँ. मैच का आखिरी बॉल, तेज तूफानी डिलीवरी, एक धमाकेदार शॉट और ये गया छक्का.
छक्का नहीं, टूटा. आपके टाइल्स को चाहिए MYK लेटिक्रीट टाइल एडेसिव. फॉर्मूला ऐसा कि अब टाइल न टूटेगा न छूटेगा.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching Live and Breaking on Republic TV with me, Ankit Prasad. It's mid-afternoon this Wednesday. We're tracking a number of stories, namely the Tunisha Sharma death case mystery, the fact that Jagan Mohan Reddy, the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, is meeting Prime Minister in the national capital, the arrest of the Kochhars and Venugopal Dhoot in the Videocon ICICI loan fraud case has taken a fresh turn. They've been remanded. We'll get you all that and more on this bulletin. Let's start off with the headlines. Court extends the CBI custody of former ICICI MD Chanda Kochhar, her husband Deepak Kochhar, and Videocon co-founder Venugopal Dhoot till Thursday. Speaking to Republic, Tunisha Sharma's uncle makes a big claim, says Tunisha read chats of Shizan that led to the breakup. Education Minister announces that the corrected version of Indian history will be taught from January the 26th. Fresh protests in disputed areas as the Maharashtra-Karnataka border issue escalates. In Assam, the Comptroller and Auditor General CAG flags large-scale anomalies in the NRC report. Over 19 lakh applicants excluded, it says. Congress's motor mouth, Manishankar Iyer, targets the RSS, says that the Sangh Parivar is dividing India into tukde. Viewers, we start this bulletin with continued coverage of the Tunisha Sharma murder mystery. In the latest that we're picking up, members of Tunisha's family are now at the police station at Valiv outside Mumbai. This comes even as we are receiving new inputs about what Shizan is saying to the police when they are speaking to him. There are a number of angles that have come to light in just the last 24 hours regarding him giving multiple statements that indicate the reason why Tunisha and Shizan had broken up. One of the things that we're hearing is that Shizan says that he broke up with Tunisha because there were a reason relating to his career. Right now, the family of Tunisha is at the police station. We've also heard that the police is currently digging into over 300 pages worth of WhatsApp chats between Tunisha and Shizan. They're trying to find out what was the precise nature of their breakup. From what we are told, from what we gleaned after speaking to Tunisha Sharma's uncle just a short while ago, he said that Tunisha had accessed and read WhatsApp chats that involved Shizan speaking to another person whom he was dating, quote-unquote, a secret girlfriend is what is being alleged. So there are really a number of different layers to the Tunisha-Shizan relationship that are now being looked into by the police. This is after she had been found dead on the set of her show. We have now a bite of a relative of Tunisha. Let's listen in to what they're saying.
एक बार मैं कोर्ट जाना चाहते हैं, उसके बाद ही देखते कोर्ट क्या बोलती है और इन्वेस्टिगेशन में क्या निकल के आ रहा है, तो थोड़ा सा टाइम दीजिए।
पुलिस अपना जिस तरह से अब तक कार्रवाई कर रही है कि आपको लगा पुलिस सही तरीके से कार्रवाई करी अब तक जो कार्रवाई की उन्होंने?
देखिए आज पता चल जाएगा कि वो लोग क्या अभी इन्वेस्टिगेशन उन्होंने अब तक क्या की है, वो आज पता चल जाएगा, उसी से पता चलेगा।
जिस तरह से हमने देखा आरोपी ने लगभग 3 बार अपना बयान बदला है। आज फिर एक बार वो कह रहा है कि उसने अपने कैरियर को देखते हुए ब्रेकअप किया, तो क्या कहीं ना कहीं आरोपी बार बार अपने बयान बदल
कैरियर को ही देखना था, तो फिर पहले उसको नहीं दिख रहा था क्या? जब उसने उसके साथ रिलेशनशिप बनाया तभी उसको पता होना चाहिए ना, करियर तो तभी भी था। वो बार बार चीज़ें चेंज कर रहा है। कोर्ट में जो होता है देखिए वो देखेंगे।
लव जिहाद नजर आ रहा है आपको? लव जिहाद एंगल से पुलिस जांच करनी चाहिए,
के बाद ही कुछ कहूँ। पुलिस को हर एंगल से करनी चाहिए, लेकिन जो भी है कोर्ट के बाद ही हम लोग कुछ करेंगे।
So we just heard Pawan, who is a relative of Tunisha Sharma, and he clearly is disputing this claim by Shizan that he broke up with Tunisha for the sake of his career. Now to tell us more about what Shizan is telling the police and what the police have found out, we are joined by Alisha. Alisha, was it his career? Was it the fact that Tunisha found some chats of his? Are the police looking into these chats? What is currently the state of the probe? What are they investigating in the Tunisha death case?
Well, Ankit, we know that the police has been looking after each and every aspect of the case, and not only this, but the phone that has already been sent to the forensic lab, and it has also been said that there are some of the messages that have been deleted by Shizan, which now the police has been trying to retrieve it. But most importantly, all eyes on the hearing where Shizan will be produced before the court in Vasai, where the police is going to ask to extend the custody of Jishan to the police custody, because there are some of the evidence that has been come across and the statement that he's been gathering until now. We know that more than 20 people's statement has already been recorded. Moreover, the police has also revealed that Shizan has been constantly changing his statement. So which is why the police is going to ask for the further custody, the extension of custody of Shizan to the police. But also we are seeing that Tanisha's maternal uncle, who is already been present in the court, so he's going to look after what exactly the proceeding that has been going to happen, and that is going to be commenced in the court, because here is the family of Tunisha who has been constantly asking for the justice, specifically a very young age girl who was going ahead in her career, and she was also very much focused. But what has really distracted is the breakup that happened 15 days back ahead of before she committed suicide. And it is something a matter of investigation, because we even know that police has been looking into the 15 minutes, the conversation that Tunisha and Shizan they had together. But now where the Shizan is already in the police custody, moreover is also being going to interrogated, and here will be the police officials who is going to ask for a further custody.
Absolutely. Alisha, stay with us. So they're going to ask for further custody of Shizan. We also have Suesha joining us. And Suesha, just a short while ago, you had spoken to Tunisha's uncle. And Tunisha's uncle had made some startling revelations to you, including some chats of Shizan that Tunisha may have seen. Can you tell us what he told you about the state of their relationship?
So basically, Ankit, what he had said was that Tunisha had read some chats on Shizan's phone with another girl. And that really put her in a state of depression, because the family has been stating time and again that Shizan was dating other girls while he was in a relationship with Tunisha. The mother has also been claiming that he was never serious about Tunisha. He tortured her in the relationship, he misguided her, and he was older than her. He should have had better sense. But another thing that he said was that Tunisha's mother had spoken with Shizan also, that if you're not serious about the relationship, why did you bring Tunisha to this point? Why did you take her so far? Why have you been misguiding her all the way long, that you are serious about her, whereas actually you're not? So this was the bone of contention between Shizan and Tunisha, which was apparently another girl, allegedly a secret girl, who is also being probed by the Mumbai police, because while they had questioned Shizan, they are also looking into all the WhatsApp details, WhatsApp chats between Shizan and Tunisha, which Shizan has allegedly deleted. In this connection, the police will also write to WhatsApp to retrieve those chats, but Tunisha's phone was also locked. Because of that, they have to unlock her phone to retrieve all those chats, which amount to close to 250 to 300 pages, which the police will now look into to see the pattern of what was happening between them, of what was being discussed between them, of what was the point of difference, because Tunisha was very serious in the relationship is what the family is claiming, but he wasn't, so much so that the uncle had claimed that Tunisha's mother had spoken to Shizan, which I already mentioned. Also, whatever were the family occasions in Shizan's house, Tunisha was invited for every one of it. So when I also asked him that did Tunisha's family or anyone of you speak to Shizan's family because they were present for the last rites of Tunisha yesterday, they said no, we are absolutely not talking to them, and this is a lie if the family claims that they did not know about the relationship or they were not close to Tunisha, because they used to invite her for any birthdays, any functions, any occasions. She was called for all of that. So all these details that the extended family is also now putting out to the police, which they say that whenever the police is calling them, questioning them, statements of up to 18 people have been recorded until now who are friends and family of Tunisha. Shizan's family statement also has to be recorded, and Shizan of course has been changing statements. So earlier he was stating that it was the difference in religions between the two that led him to the breakup, but now he's saying that it was his career that he wanted to focus on, which is why he broke up with her.
On that same thought, from what you've been telling us about how the families seem to know each other, we also saw yesterday at the last rites of Tunisha, the mother of Shizan also showing up. Now, from what the uncle has told us, Tunisha's mother had spoken to Shizan. So is there an element here of the families also being fully in the know of this relationship, and does that also complicate where this is going? What was the exact nature of this breakup? What are the various things the family members have been saying?
In fact, this was the very point, Ankit, that our colleague Sandeep also questioned Tunisha's uncle on, because he said that Shizan has been claiming that both the families were aware of the relationship, and Tunisha's family was not in favor of it. So was Shizan's family, and that was the very reason for the breakup. To which the uncle was quick to retort and say that that is not true, because Shizan's family knew about the relationship. They were very welcoming of Tunisha. They would call Tunisha to all their family functions. She was a regular visitor at Shizan's house. So the family has been claiming that they were very supportive of this relationship. This claim of Shizan coming in that both families were not supportive and both families were objecting to the relationship is not true. In fact, that is the very problem that Tunisha's family has, that why was he misleading her all the way through if he wasn't serious about this relationship, if he didn't mean to fulfill his commitment, then he should not have misled her all the way through, so much so that she had an anxiety attack, which the family is claiming on the 16th. And Shizan's mother had told Shizan and her family, and his family, I beg your pardon, about it. To be precise, Shizan's mother, that she has had a family attack. The doctor and those who were looking at Tunisha had informed the family that she was in a very bad shape. She was not in the right state of mind, and everyone was aware of it. Then why is it that the situation was not taken seriously until it led to Tunisha taking such a drastic step?
Right, absolutely. So clearly there are a number of different statements that Shizan has made. The families are also talking. I thank Suesha and Alicia for sharing these details. We are tracking this closely. It's an ongoing story with a court hearing to come, viewers. Now, meanwhile, there is a big report that has been tabled by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India with regards to the NRC exercise that has been undertaken in Assam. Now, this is a decades-long exercise. They wanted to find out who are the real citizens of the country and who are those that have come in from foreign countries and settled in Assam. And according to the CAG, large-scale anomalies have been found in the process that led to the tabling of an NRC report in the year 2019. We've been told, of course, that we know that in that report, 1.9 million of 33 million applicants in the NRC had been left out because of claims over their suspicion statements. We also have a statement with, we have accessed, or a conversation we have had with the former state coordinator of the NRC, Hitesh Dev Sarma. This is in the context of the CAG report uncovering issues with regards to the software that was implemented and the cost overrun of this project. It apparently ballooned well outside what its cost was supposed to be. Let's listen in now to this conversation with the NRC coordinator at that time and try and find out whether or not there was a quote-unquote NRC scam that had taken place. Listen to this.
I worked as a state coordinator from December to 2019 to July 2022 when I retired. So, as in charge of the NRC, I knew what were the irregularities happened, this financial irregularity, as well as the technical irregularity, which led to inclusion of lakhs of foreigners in the NRC. So, within 2 months of my joining, actually I got to know everything, and I reported it to the government, Government of Assam, as well as the RGI. But somehow the government did not act on that. Ultimately, I had to file 2 affairs with the police, one with the CID, that was on technical ground, how the names of foreigners were entered into the NRC, and the second one with the Anti-Corruption and Vigilance Department, where I mentioned all the irregularities, financial irregularities, and requested the police to take action accordingly. But unfortunately, both the registers, both the affairs are yet to be registered by the government.
What do you think? Why the FIRs have not yet been registered?
I cannot say on that because it's totally a government matter. maybe some technical issues are there. And also as the accused, Mr. Pratik Hazela, the then state coordinator, as he is an IS officer, so there are some formalities that government should allow the police to initiate any inquiry. After that only the police can act.
So, a very interesting statement there. You heard the former NRC coordinator Hitesh Dev Sarma, who says that 2 months after he joined, he had flagged these irregularities, and now these irregularities are being also called out in the Comptroller and Auditor General report. Was there an NRC scam? Was there a cost overrun? Was there some kind of lapse in the software programming for this NRC? Let's listen in now to what a BJP voice had to say. This is Shiladitya Deb that we are listening to. Let's go ahead.
Comptroller and Auditor General of India, the CAG's report, the recent report on the NRC, has clearly mentioned that about 250 crore rupees has been siphoned off during the process of NRC updation in Assam. And in fact, for the last many years, while the NRC updation was going on, I have repeatedly mentioned that a lot of corrupt practices are taking place. There are a lot of anomalies taking place while the updation process is going on, because what we have noticed is that the people who were involved in the process were basically very low paid, because we know that the computer operators were supposed to be paid about 14,000 rupees as salary per month. They were working for mere 6,000 rupees. So why were they not paid properly? And therefore, who were the boys who were working? They were all the Bangladeshi Muslims. The Bangladeshi Muslim boys were doing the NRC process. And the agenda was very simple. They wanted to convert 80 lakhs Bangladeshi Muslims into Indian citizens. And they have succeeded in doing it. But this isn't it treachery? Isn't it a treason towards the country? The man behind the entire work was none other than an IS officer, Mr. Pratik Hazela. At the instance of the previous Congress government, he did this treachery and treason towards the country. And I believe today government should take a hard stand. He should be imprisoned. There should be an inquiry by the CBI, the ED and the NIA, and he should be imprisoned because of his treachery and treason towards the country.
BJP voice Shiladitya Deb, and he is making very strong allegations. He is going so far as to call it treachery and treason. He says that Bangladeshi migrants were the ones who were operating the computers for the inputs of the NRC. Now, to understand exactly what went on, Anirudh is joining us. Anirudh, decades-long exercise, very controversial report, and now an even bigger controversy with this CAG report. What are these anomalies that are being spoken about? Tell us that first.
Yes, Ankit, if you look at the NRC, the objective of error-free NRC was never met. It was when the NRC, the final draft, the complete draft, you can say, was published. At that point in time, many eyebrows were raised because only approximately 19 lakh people out of 3.3 crore applicants were rejected, and people suspected that many suspected illegal immigrants actually made it into the NRC. So this NRC, many people across the state of Assam, including political parties, flagged the issue that this is not an error-free NRC, and that many people who are of suspected origin have already made it into this list. And now, after the CAG report, it is almost evident. However, let me take you back to the month of December 2019, when Hitesh Dev Sarma took over from Pratik Hazela as the NRC state coordinator. At that point in time, Hitesh Dev Sarma, soon after joining, raised the issue of data tracery as far as the NRC is concerned. He also raised that because of third-party involvement, without the knowledge or without the approval of the Supreme Court, who was monitoring the entire process, many suspected individuals have made it to the final NRC or the complete NRC. The final NRC is yet to be published, so we can complete the complete draft, in fact. And he also raised the issue that financial irregularities of many crore have taken place. He had lodged 2 complaints, one with anti-corruption and vigilance and one with the CID. Both of them have not yet been registered for suspected reason, which he have openly said on record to Republic exclusively. In fact, is speaking to Republic Media Network, and this is for the first time that Hitesh Dev Sharma has spoken out on television. He otherwise have not yet given any interviews except that for one with Republic, which he has spoke to us at length on the various aspects of the NRC scam. In the recent CAG report, which was tabled in the House of the Assam Legislative Assembly, there are many sensational facts, many figures which have been raised, Ankit, which needs a thorough investigation. And the CIC have also asked that responsibility should be fixed if the then NRC State Coordinator Pratik Hazela is responsible for this financial irregularities which has taken place, Ankit.
Right. I mean, so clearly a contentious and touchy issue to begin with. And then on top of that, on top of this controversy, deep anomalies being flagged by the CAG, allegedly also being flagged to the state police, but no action being taken there. There are many layers to this, viewers. I thank Anirudh for sharing details on this. We are